Hello, everyone. um, so yeah, uh, there's another flotilla happening. 9 boats, I believe, unless anything happened in the last few hours that I didn't see. Um, or I don't know. But when I left off uh, on Tuesday, um, was Wednesday. Wednesday, uh, nine ships had been intercepted. Um, as of now, they all have. Um, let me. There is a live stream for the new flotilla, but it seems to be frozen. So I do have it up, but there is not a whole lot going on right now. Let me go to. So they have a little. If you go to the tracker, it's tracking the new boats, and it has a little update at the top. All 42 boats in the historic Global Samud Flotilla mission were illegally intercepted between October 1st and October 3rd. While attempting to break Israel's siege on Gaza, 462 people were kidnapped in international waters. This world's commitment to stand with Palestine continues. The Freedom Flotilla Coalition, in partnership with Thousand Madeleines and the Conscience, has more boats on the way. See their tracker below or navigate through the historic journey of the Global Samud Flotilla 2025 in the archive tracker. So yeah. One boat did make it into Palestinian waters. I I know it started with an M, but the name of it. Oh. All right. This was posted 2 hours ago. Summary of Hamas response to Trump proposal. They have like bullet points, and then they have like the actual letter. I'll read both because whatever. I enjoy reading now. I can't read a fucking book, but I'll read this shit all day. Hamas has completed consultations with its leadership, Palestinian factions, and mediators to form an official response to U.S. President Trump's proposal regarding Gaza. The movement welcomes. That's one. The movement welcomes. Yeah, these are bullet points, so it's the movement welcomes international and regional efforts aimed at ending the genocide, enabling humanitarian aid, and preventing the occupation or displacement of Gaza's population. Hamas agrees to release all Israeli captives, both living and deceased, under the terms of Trump's proposal, once conditions for the exchange are secured, and is ready to begin immediate negotiations through mediators. Hamas reaffirms its approval to hand over Gaza's administration only to an independent Palestinian technocratic authority backed by Arab and Islamic nations, while emphasizing that Gaza's long-term future and Palestinian national rights must be decided collectively within a unified national framework. And then the actual... All right. It's very small and it's on Instagram, so like I have to like zoom in on it, so I'm not going to zoom in on it. I'm just going to try to read it as is. Important statement on Hamas's response to U.S. President Trump's proposal. Out of keenness to end the aggression and genocide being carried out against our steadfast people in the Gaza Strip and stemming from national responsibility and in defense of the constants rights and higher interests of our people, the Islamic resistance movement Hamas has conducted in-depth consultations within its leadership institutions, broad consultations with Palestinian forces and factions, and consultations with brothers, mediators, and friends in order to reach a responsible position in dealing with U.S. President Donald Trump's plan. Oh, the live stream's back. After a thorough study, the movement has made its decision and conveyed the following response to the mediators. Hamas appreciates the Arab, Islamic, and international efforts, as well as the efforts of U.S. President Donald Trump calling for an end to the war on the Gaza Strip, the exchange of prisoners, the immediate entry of aid, the rejection of the occupation of the Strip, and the rejection of the displacement of our Palestinian people from it. Within this framework, and in a manner that achieves an end to the war and a full withdrawal from the Strip, the movement announces its approval of releasing all occupation prisoners, both living and remains, according to the exchange formula contained in President Trump's proposal, with the necessary field conditions for implementing the exchange. In this context, the movement affirms its readiness to immediately enter through the mediators into negotiations to discuss the details. The movement also reaffirms its approval to hand over the administration of the Gaza Strip to a Palestinian body of independence, technocrats, based on Palestinian national consensus and supported by Arab and Islamic backing. As for other issues included in President Trump's proposal concerning the future of the Gaza Strip and the inalienable rights of the Palestinian people, this is tied to a collective national position and in accordance with relevant international laws and resolutions to be discussed within a comprehensive Palestinian national framework in which Hamas will be included and will contribute with full responsibility. In summary, Hamas is not fully accepting the deal. It is offering to enter negotiations through mediators to discuss the details of a possible agreement based on certain conditions. Yeah, Israel doesn't want to do a fucking Israel doesn't want that. Doesn't want negotiations. I think Netanyahu himself has stated that they have sabotaged or intentionally yeah. So Yeah, here's someone else talking about it. It says, "Did you know no ceasefire would be needed if Israel had accepted uh, yeah, Hamas has agreed to release the hostages and whatnot multiple times." The second autopsy confirmed what we already knew. Trey Reed was murdered. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head, fractured leg, bruising throughout his body. We knew it and they knew it too. They tried covering it up by lying. Find his murderers and get his justice. Um, Breaking. This is from 13 hours ago. Um, According to a statement from Israeli Foreign Ministry, activists Rima Hassan and Greta Thunberg are being deported, with the ministry describing their smiles as provocative.
Hello, it's me. Hello, it's me.
Um, our planet is hotter than it's been in 125,000 years. By mid-century, it's on track to be hotter than in around 3 million years. You think agriculture can survive this sort of shock? Carrying on as normal is suicide. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't really have any the number one cause of child death on Earth this year is Israel. Yeah, I think it was last year as well. Um, but hmm. Apparently, Benjamin Netanyahu, his fake name. His name is Benzion Milikowski. I don't know, whatever. But apparently, Argentina's president's real name is Javier Milikowski. So apparently they're related, but that doesn't really. I don't know. Um, I don't know. I didn't really have plans for this. It's been a few days, so uh, it's Friday. I'm not doing anything, so I just fucking felt like felt like I needed to come on here for a little bit and just say something, just anything, because I am. Um, medical sources in Gaza confirm that Israel has continued to bomb Gaza despite Trump ordering a halt. This is a quote from Trump. Based on the statement just issued by Hamas, I believe they are ready for lasting peace. Israel must immediately stop the bombing of Gaza so that we can get the hostages out safely and quickly. About this is about long sought peace in the Middle East, West Asia. Yeah, but Israel doesn't want any of that. Um, and the United States is committing war crimes in Venezuela by just blowing up boats for no reason. Oh, that was something else. In Chicago, ICE is now kidnapping Black Americans. So, I mean, you know, so we're a few steps in. So, be great if everybody could quit being fucking losers and being like, it's fine because it doesn't affect me. Like, it's so dumb. Like, um, uh, the thing first they came for they've been doing this for years, and people are just like me included. I'm a fucking dumb idiot with anxiety, so I'm actually really smart, but anxiety and depression has fucking fucked my brain up. So I cannot utilize my brain the way I should be able to or could be able to. I don't know. Um, yeah, plus all the drinking and shit probably didn't help either. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. Um, live streams up. Can close that. Did I use stuff? Oh yeah, I have the tracker open here. Oh, I can look right here. The Mikeno, Mikeno, was the ship that got into Gaza's waters. Um, they did get intercepted, but uh, but it's apparently the first time in I think I saw 18 years that a ship has been there, assuming not Israeli or not with the or I guess the Israel's blockade has been for 18 years. Um, which is just a weird fucking thing to think about. Just a weird fucking thing to think about. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, but the flotilla did distract the navy enough so that Palestinians could go fishing for the first time in a long time. Um, so that's cool. Um, I don't know. I've been kind of depressed recently. Just like just feeling like I wish there was more I could do. I mean, there is more I can do, but like, I meant like, um, just, and I think it's depressing that like pretty much every single person I know in my personal life is just like, well, I gotta go to work. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And yeah, like I get it. But I feel like we shouldn't be like that. I feel like since our tax dollars are going to genocide people, um, the least we can do is inconvenience ourselves for a little bit in order to protest that genocide, plus the other genocides going on. Oh, that's what I was gonna look up. I saw something else about Turtle Island, and I was gonna. Turtle Island. God. Turtle Island is a name for Earth or North America. Uh, is this the hold on? Because I'm just getting a bunch of like Fiji things, which if I have to guess, it's probably a bunch of fucking rich douchebags uh kicking indigenous people off their island to build um to build oh this is uh this is from 2 years ago. Hmm. Ideas from Palestine to pipeline. Oh, maybe it's not a genocide. Maybe it's just colonizer shit. Let's see. Well, let me go back to this. It's an old article. It's 2 years old. Well, let's see. Do 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 do. Yeah. So this article is about um, the United States. Oops. Um, but I don't know if that's the thing that's happening now. The loss of Turtle Island is part by a similar sort of Canadian focus. Indigenous resistance on Turtle Island. Histories of resilience and self-defense. True origins of Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah, this is about do, do. Indigenous people from all over Turtle Island and abroad are sharing land back also includes Free Palestine. Oh. So maybe they are talking about the United States. Um, and this solidarity in the movement for land back liberation between Native people on Turtle Island and Native Palestinians isn't new. It can be seen in the 70s between the Native American movement and the Palestine Liberation Organization. And we have seen natives wearing Palestinian keffiyehs in solidarity with Palestinians whilst protesting pipelines here in the U.S. over the years. So Turtle Island is the U.S. Oh, Turtle Island, North America. Okay. Yeah. So it's North America, not just the United States. Um, hmm, interesting. Okay. Well, I'm glad I finally looked this up. Uh, what is this? This is a weird website. Genocide of Indigenous Peoples in North America. Abstract. Oh, oh, is this a book? Um, the genocides, plural, of indigenous peoples on Turtle Island, North America, is an enormous topic encompassing a cases over. I don't know if that's a is supposed to be there. Encompassing cases over 5 centuries and promising many and comprising many methods of group targeting and destruction. A short handbook chapter provides insufficient space to fully engage in a properly systematized analysis of all genocides here. Oh, yeah, it's a book. Instead, it outlines 3 overlapping approaches to the topic. One that references the Genocide Convention, another focusing on geographic concentration and forcible assimilation, and a third considering whether colonialism is inherently genocidal. It is, for anyone asking, or for anyone who didn't know that already. Um, but yeah, okay. It looks like this live stream keeps cutting in and out. It's frozen again, it looks like. All right, let's see. I Yeah, Trey Reed didn't kill himself. And was I may have just burned out my light or something. Ah, fuck. Oh, come on. All right, get that one off there. All right. Ow. Holy shit, that was hot. Ooh. All right. Anyway, without a light now. I hope I don't. Texas megachurch founder taken out of court after pleading guilty to child sex abuse charges. Yeah. Um. Let's see. Second flotilla is just days away from Gaza. DHS/ICE pepper sprays the breathing hole of a peaceful protester in a blow-up frog costume. It might not be apparent yet, but despite their military superiority, Israel is in the weaker position because simply the truth is not on their side, and the world finally sees that. May the awakened global conscious at last be put into action to mobilize the masses toward a global solidarity movement that will save us all from these monsters. Yeah, hopefully. Picture of a child, and it says, Israel killed Miriam and her entire family in Gaza today. Jeez. Oh, God. Get the fuck out of my life. You got mad at us for saying free Palestine, and now inevitably it's free Chicago, free Portland, and we really aren't free until all of us are free. Yeah, yeah, that's how it goes. That's Netanyahu reportedly surprised by Trump's statement considers Hamas response to U.S. plan a refusal. Yeah. Oh, this is from Asal Rod. And she says he doesn't want to stop killing Palestinians. Yeah. No shit. This was from yesterday. Arrests of rabbis and Jewish clergy happening now. Thousands of members of the Jewish community came together on the holiest of holy days to call for an end to the genocide in Gaza, ending in a civil disobedience blocking access to the Brooklyn Bridge. Per an official statement 9 hours ago, 457 people have now starved to death in Gaza, including 152 children. Following Donald Trump's request on his Truth Social account for Israel to, quote, stop bombing Gaza immediately, Israel occupation forces targeted the Noor Center for the Blind, bombing the center affiliated with UNRWA in the Ramal neighborhood west of Gaza City. The Zionist occupation is laughing in the face of the hand that feeds it. Until the U.S. ends its unconditional material and diplomatic support, Israel is effectively making known that its extermination of Gaza and the Palestinian people will continue unabated. Italian police use water cannons and smoke bombs against pro-Palestinian protesters calling for an end to the genocide. Hmm. I like how I'm getting all of these fucking ads for just miserable fucking shit, and I go to block them, and they have like 3 followers. Is it still fucking hot? Let me see if this fucking burned out or. Oh, there it is. Hi, everyone. I plugged into the thing over here. I'm going to keep an eye on it because I don't want to burn this out. um, it's clear that Israel can't handle all the flotillas. If they are not able to disembark and carry out their mission, then there must double and triple the amount of flotillas for the next mission. The siege will and must be broken by any means necessary. 8 hours ago, 2 Russian Ilyushin, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, heavy transport planes known for carrying military equipment have landed in Iran. Uh, 2 hours ago, nonstop Israeli airstrikes hit residential areas in Gaza City. Dozens of Palestinians are forcibly evacuating their homes and displacement tents to the streets in the middle of the night as Israeli bombardment intensifies. Shadow bans don't exist in a vacuum. It requires the algorithm to pivot to mindless distractions. If you are jamming the network and anything other than the genocides and full blown fascism at home, you're an op and agent of the state. The reason a lot of white people can operate in the privilege of a comment like, quote, we used to be able to have dissenting opinions and wow, they break and now they break friendships, end quote, is because the people of color in the room had to be silent in order to remain in the room safely. Yeah. It was just white people talking about problems that don't affect them. My nose is red. My face is kind of red. I took a shower before this, but did I get some sun or something? Maybe it's just maybe it's just the camera or something. I haven't really been outside that much, so um let's see. I think mass nighttime abductions of civilians based on nothing but a shared apartment building is the dawn of a new era for all of us, really. Two victims in Manchester synagogue attack were shot by police. Oh, that was in the UK, I guess. Recent study shows that tamarind may be able to bind to microplastics in the human body. In lab tests, tamarind extracts help to remove microplastics from water almost up to 90%. Yeah. Ugh. Hmm. I don't know. Sometimes I feel depressed or defeated. Oh yeah, that's It's a quote, important fact that no one mentions on August 18th. Posted 7 hours ago by Jeremy Scahill. Important fact that no one mentions. On August 18th, Hamas formally agreed to 98% of the Gaza ceasefire terms that the U.S. and Israel demanded. Israel then attempted to assassinate the Palestinian negotiators in Doha, and now the Trump admin claims it has a new ceasefire plan. Yeah. I don't trust the fucking positivity. Yeah, that's that's what trying to do here, I think. Um this live stream keeps going in and out. So, I'm just looking at the tracker real quick. Let me refresh just in case. Whoa. Oh, are they? So on the tracker, they're are they? Oh, I wonder if some of them have to go to Cyprus, maybe. There's 257. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But when I zoom out, it says 9. Oh, it's including that one. So 8 of these ships look like they're heading to Cyprus. They're heading in that direction, and then there's one ship that is sailing straight towards Gaza. So I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. They're still a couple days away, so it'll probably be next week before we know anything. At least if nothing happens before then. Let me go back. Let me go back to this. From Crimbo on Twitter. It starts raining, and all of a sudden, everyone forgets how to drive. Fuck Israel. So did this happen today? I guess it did. Chief Constable Sir Stephen Watson has provided an update following yesterday's tragic incident on Middleton Road in Crumpsall. So this happened yesterday. Caitlin Johnstone says, so he killed one person. The Manchester synagogue attacker killed one single person, and the entire Western world stopped in its tracks to mourn and grieve and weep and denounce. On the same day, Israel killed 57 Palestinians, and it was completely ignored by the West. Yeah, that's what happens when you live in the greatest country in the planet, or whatever it's called. Um, let's see. Do. Yeah, the flotilla didn't get through, but by a small miracle, the destruction of the boats on the IOF, it gave the Palestinians enough time to fish. Yes, that is correct. Palestinians are not allowed to fish in their own waters. Um, if they saved one life and fed one family and gave joy to one heart in Gaza, it was worth it. A million times over, it is worth it. Yeah. Yeah, Jane Goodall died the other day, yesterday, and found out later that she was a Zionist. She was all right. So this is a quote from her, or at least part of a quote. I am a UN messenger of peace, and it is not easy to think of what message I should share this year because right now the world is so very far from being peaceful, yet so many millions of people hate war and dream of living in peace. Mothers protest when their husbands or sons are forced to fight and weep when they return wounded or in body bags. The young men who survive are often deeply traumatized by the horrors of war, and there seems to be war or armed conflict all over the globe. The Russia Ukraine war, the continuing conflict between Israel and Palestine, which has resulted in the ongoing genocide in Gaza, the wars and conflicts in so many, whatever. And then someone says using the word genocide in the same breath as conflict nullifies any condemnation. It's like saying, I'm sorry you and your rapist are in conflict. Failing to name the power imbalance and cite who the oppressed and the oppressor are ultimately just helps Israel. Yeah. The silverback gorilla showed its strength by performing a bluff charge at visiting tourists in Rwanda. Fuck Rwanda. They're currently uh they're Congo? Sudan? I don't remember. Yes. Fuck them up. Yeah. There's a bunch of people on like boat things. I'm guessing somewhere in Africa, and an elephant ran after them and knocked their boats over. It's not deep water, so they're not like drowning or anything. So maybe they should be. But anyway, saving the world's wildlife is not just a white person thing. Kadu Sabunya, probably fucking doing that. Absolutely no justice at all. The conservation sector is dominated by white faces, and for many people, it looks a bit like colonialism. It's time for new voices to take up the fight. I like that. Um, Research says that 97.5% of Israel is not Semitic. I've already seen things that said that and whatever, but um the Democrats don't support nationalized health care. They don't support ending the genocide. They don't support social housing, UBI, or a jobs guarantee. They don't support workers owning the means of production. So, what do they support? Capitalism and imperialism, just like the GOP. Yeah. So, different flavors of the same nonsense. Um, David R. Cadler's mother tells me David is now in an Israeli prison, and his U.S. Senator Schiff and Padilla are not being helpful. The EU is all over the prison, and our embassy has not shown up at all. A constituent of yours is in a foreign prison for trying to draw the world's attention to mass starvation and slaughter. His Jewish mother is sick with worry. Maybe you should do something about David's imprisonment and the imprisonment and destruction of 2 million people in Gaza. Yeah. ICE stops family at gunpoint. Smash car window on top of newborn baby. Quote, I was screaming that there was a baby, but they didn't care. I covered my baby with my body. I was so scared he was going to hurt because glass was landing on him. It's always worth pointing out that many of these Nazis were recently recruited to join ICE as bounty hunters to kidnap as many people as they can per day and place them in concentration camps all over the US. They're terrorizing people because they're being paid per person. Uh, yeah. It's fucked up. I don't know. Hmm. Italian children on strike for Palestine beaten by state thugs. Yeah, what the fuck are you guys doing? Those are kids. I mean, they're like older kids. They're not like children, but they're uh, teens. Looks like it. Ah, fuck. Oh. Mm, I don't know. 5 minutes ago, according to Health Care Workers Watch, in an airstrike at Tal Hawa neighborhood, southwest of Gaza City, Israeli occupation forces killed Ahmed Fayez al Dalub. Dalub? I don't know. Sorry for mispronouncing every single fucking thing. The medical, and I mean that sincerely, the medical laboratory specialist at Kamal Adwan Hospital and destroyed the hospital. I don't know. This is from Patrick Cosmos. Working on a unified theory of American reality, I'm calling, quote, everyone is 12 now. I'm strong and I want to have like 50 kids in a farm. Of course you do. You're 12. I don't want to eat vegetables. I think steak and french fries is the only meal. Hell yeah, homie, you're 12. Maybe if there's crime, we should just send the army. Bless your bless your heart, my 12-year-old buddy. Yeah. The grandson of Nelson Mandela was on one of the boats as well. So Mandela, the return of Mandela. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. Um, oh, I've been doing this for over an hour already. Christy Nome is mad they wouldn't let her in to use the restroom in Illinois today. Yeah, because you're a fucking Nazi. Bitch. Bitch. Sorry. Reading some things about the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Osam Hamada, the mother of Hind Rajab, and several members of her family safely evacuated from Gaza to a third country. Good. Whoever ignores Gaza may sell you out one day at the first test. Yeah. The IDF holds the world record for creating child amputees. We can chant whatever the fuck we want about them. Flooding in Bulgaria. Mm. As far as we know, Carsey is still being illegally detained. Continue to keep the pressure up. Call your representatives and demand her immediate release. All right. I think that's enough for tonight. I didn't really have any real plans. Let me just check the thing over here. Looks like it's frozen again. All right. Free Palestine. Hope you're all staying safe.